One summer morning in August 2018, a quiet neighborhood in Frederick, Colorado woke up to something strange. A pregnant woman named Shanann Watts had suddenly disappeared. Her husband, Chris Watts, appeared on television looking worried and desperate. Standing outside his home, he pleaded with the public. His voice sounded calm, almost too calm. "If someone has her, please bring her back," he said. He claimed he had no idea where his wife and daughters had gone. But what the world didn't know yet was that the man begging for their safe return already knew the truth. And that truth was darker than anyone could imagine. Just hours earlier, Shanann had returned home from a late business trip. It was around 2 a.m. when she walked through the front door of the house she shared with Chris and their 2 daughters. The couple had been having problems. Friends said Shanann had been worried. Their marriage was falling apart, but she still believed things could be fixed. When she got home that night, she expected to talk to Chris about their relationship. Instead, something happened inside that house that would shock the world. Chris later confessed that an argument broke out in their bedroom. Shanann told him she knew about the affair. Yes, Chris had been seeing another woman. Her name was Nicole Kessinger. The relationship had started secretly while Shanann was pregnant with their 3rd child. Chris said Shanann became angry during the argument. But what happened next remains one of the most chilling confessions in modern true crime history. According to Chris, he climbed on top of Shanann while she was on the bed. Then he wrapped his hands around her neck. She struggled, she fought, but he didn't stop. Within minutes, the mother of 2 was dead. She was 15 weeks pregnant, but the nightmare didn't end there. Down the hallway, their daughters were sleeping. How little Bella Watts was only 4 years old. Her younger sister Celeste Watts was just 3. Chris later claimed that after killing Shanann, he wrapped her body in a sheet. Then something horrifying happened. One of the children walked into the room. Bella had woken up. She saw her father dragging her mother's body across the floor. She asked him a question that would haunt the entire investigation. "Daddy, what's wrong with Mommy?" Chris didn't answer. Instead, he loaded Shanann's body into his work truck. Then he placed his daughters in the back seat. The girls sat there quietly beside their mother's body as their father drove them away from home. It was still dark outside. The drive took nearly an hour. Chris worked for an oil company and had access to remote oil fields. He drove to one of those locations that morning. What happened next would become one of the most disturbing parts of the case. At the oil site, Chris dug a shallow grave. He buried Shanann's body in the dirt. Then he turned to his daughters. According to his confession, he smothered Celeste first, then Bella. Investigators later revealed something heartbreaking. Bella fought back. She reportedly asked her father one final question. "Daddy?" "No." Those words became some of the most chilling ever recorded in a murder confession. Chris then placed the bodies of the 2 little girls into separate oil tanks. He sealed the hatches. Then he drove away. Just hours later, he returned home and went about his day like nothing had happened. But the plan began to fall apart almost immediately. Shanann had close friends who knew something was wrong. One of them, worried after not hearing from her, contacted the police. Soon officers were standing outside the Watts house. Chris spoke to them calmly, too calmly. Police noticed something strange. He didn't seem panicked. He didn't seem emotional. And when investigators searched the house, there were small signs of a struggle. But the real turning point came during Chris's television interview. Standing in front of cameras, he begged for his family to come home. But viewers around the country noticed something disturbing. His body language didn't match his words. He smiled at strange moments. He avoided eye contact. Investigators felt the same way. Within days, Chris was sitting in an interrogation room. Across from him sat a skilled investigator. They showed him evidence, phone records, security footage, his truck movements. Then they gave him a chance to confess. At first, Chris tried to shift the blame. He claimed Shanann had killed the children during an argument, but the story didn't hold up. Eventually, he broke. Chris Watts confessed to killing his wife and daughters. The case shocked the world. Friends described Shanann as a loving mother. Photos of Bella and Celeste filled the news. Two smiling little girls whose lives were taken by the person they trusted most. In November 2018, Chris Watts pleaded guilty to multiple counts of murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Today, he sits in a prison cell, while the world still struggles to understand one question. How could a man who looked like an ordinary father commit such an unimaginable crime? Some experts believe he wanted a new life with his girlfriend. Others say he felt trapped by financial stress and family responsibilities. But no explanation has ever truly made sense of the horror. The Watts case remains one of the most disturbing family murders in modern history. It reminds us that sometimes the most dangerous monsters don't look like monsters at all. Sometimes they look like ordinary people living next door. And sometimes the truth hides behind a quiet smile. If you enjoy deep, true crime investigations like this one, so make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next case. Because here on Ye the Detective, we uncover the stories criminals hoped the world would never hear, and the next mystery might be even darker than this one.